Our sixth contestant this evening is Julie Esguerra. My fairy tale, would you please welcome Julie Esguerra.
Once upon a time, there lived 4 beautiful sisters and a 5th who felt a little different. Mother always introduced them. Cynthia, the beauty queen. Carol, the genius. Ellen, the movie star. Cherry, the ballerina. Julie, bring out the snacks. Mr. Chairman, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I must have been an ugly duckling. But even ugly ducklings star in fairy tales, don't they? So I asked my mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of us all? Next question, please. I vowed not to ask the mirror again. But Mother said, you're beautiful, you look like me. I saw what the mirror meant. But Grandmother said, you're beautiful. So I believed her, even if she was blind. From Grandma and Mom, I learned that to be beautiful is to be helpful. I loved helping Mother teach her deaf students. And I loved helping Grandmother with the chores. I became Cinderella. My sisters already had a Prince Charming while I was still kissing frogs to find mine. Until I finally kissed the right one. I thought it was going to be happily ever after. But alas and alack, he preferred to go right back to being a frog. So he jumped into his pond of lilies and carols and Dianes. And he left me and my 5-year-old son when I was 8 months pregnant with our second child. He completely turned his back on us. The morning after my baby girl was born, Sleeping Beauty was awakened by the kiss of a little prince. Mama, she looks just like you. Hush, child. Remind me to tell her never to ask the mirror. And it was as if my children waved their magic wand and I was healed. I forgave my husband for falling in love with a beauty queen. And I forgave myself for not being a beauty queen. That was 18 years ago. And look at me. I still look 18. Okay, 45. From my children, I learned to see what I had left instead of what I had lost. So I worked hard. But my earnings could only buy beans. Red beans, black beans, kidney beans. My children wondered, Mom, how many kinds of beans are there? I worked my way up the corporate beanstalk. And soon on our dinner table, we had pork and beans. And for dessert, jelly beans. Later, I built ourselves a house. Not with straw, not with twigs, but with real bricks, so no big bad wolf could huff and puff it away ever again. Confident, I went back to my mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what should I do after all? So you're back. You've learned your lessons. Now listen to your soul. Listen to my soul? How do I do that? As if in answer, my neighbors, a jobless, deaf couple, came knocking at my door with their 3-year-old son. They pleaded through sign language, please help our child speak. So I sat beside him and showed him pictures. First, cat. He did not utter a sound. I moved closer. Dog. Again, not a word. I got real close. Monkey. He looked at the picture and pointed to me. He passed the IQ test. But he was also profoundly deaf. Deep inside me, I heard Grandma's voice help him, then Mother's voice teach him. And so I opened his closed, mumbling mouth to say, ah. He blurted, ah, so loud, our counters would never miss it. But I felt my spirit soar when I held his tiny hand on my nose so he can feel my voice to say, ma. He struggled, ma. My goodness, I felt an angel sing. And when he pointed to his mother and said, Mama, turned to me, hugged me, and said, Ma'am, I felt heaven rejoice. That was my first deaf child. Hundreds now were in my school. My country finally had a school where deaf children can learn to speak. Fulfilled, I went back to my mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's your message after all? You have listened to your soul. Now go on, helping other people. That's easy. I love doing that. Friends, I'm sure it's easy for you too, whether we be an ugly duckling, a Cinderella, or a frog. We can all star in fairy tales because fairy tales are but lives lived well. When we learn our lessons, listen to our souls, and help other people, the fairy tale in each of us will come true, and we will all live happily ever after. Mr. Toastmaster.
Our seventh contestant is Mark Hunter.